Hello, my name is Nicholle Schuerman, and this is my presentation on modern human theories and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has been wildly popular with moviegoers since the release of Iron Man in 2008. A total of 23 movies have been released to date. They include such iconic characters as Captain America, Iron Man, the Guardian of the Galaxies, among a host of other superheroes. The three main humor origin theories being focused in this research are as follows. Superiority theory can be explained when the audience feels superior to the characters in the given situation or knows more about the situation than the characters involved. Incongruity theory can be explained when the audience experiences humor because an event was unexpected or outside the social norm. Relief theory can be explained when the audience views tension-filled or stressful situations that are resolved in an unexpected way with no harm being done. Specifically, this paper will focus on the superhero girlfriends in the Captain America, Iron Man, and Guardian of the Galaxy series to see if women are used to present humor, and if so, what three human theories are being employed. Various scenes will be described and analyzed to find any pertinent examples of such. Although Iron Man was the first released movie in the MCU, Captain America is considered the first Avenger, making Peggy Carter the first girlfriend. This is important to consider. It is important to consider her in this study because she helps define the standards of the MCU women. The setting is inside the Army base where secret research is being done to develop new weapons. Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, is talking with Army Private Loran, a female colleague. Loran finds Roger very attractive at his new Captain America position. As they are talking about Captain America's recent rescue of 400 men, she advances for a kiss. At this point in the movie, the relationship between Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter is still developing and has not been acknowledged by either of them. Because of this uncertainty, Rogers returns Loran's kiss. Peggy walks in on the two and catches Rogers in the kiss. Seemingly annoyed by the action, Peggy storms out of the room. Steve Rogers follows her because he realizes she saw them kissing. He is confused by why she is upset, and actually he is embarrassed to be caught. The ensuing dialogue has them dancing around the subject of their feelings for each other. This scene of the give and take between Steve and Peggy is funny to the audience. It represents superiority theory because the audience obviously sees that Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter are falling in love, but they have yet to realize it for themselves. In another scene, Steve Rogers is in the weapons room with Howard Stark. Mr. Stark has been designing shields for Captain America. As Rogers is surveying the products, he is attracted to the vibranium plate shield prototype. It is at this point Peggy joins the scene. As she is walking into the room, Rogers asks for her opinion on the shield that he happens to be holding in front of his chest. Without warning, Peggy picks up a gun from the side table and fires 5 shots at him. The audience is caught unaware at this unexpected action, as to this point no one knows how well the shield works. It is also a continuation of the tension between the two following closely after the kissing scene, and again shows the unstated attraction between the characters that they are yet to recognize. This is an example of incongruity theory because the audience does not expect Peggy to shoot Rogers, and it comes at a complete surprise. It can also be considered an example of release theory, as the audience is revealed to see that the bullets do nothing but flatten and drop to the ground off the shield. Yet again, this scene can be an example of superiority theory, as the audience knows what the characters do not, the fact that they are mutually attracted to each other. The next scene is analyzed from Iron Man and takes place in Tony Stark's home overlooking Malibu Beach. Pepper is upstairs in the living room area, and Tony is downstairs where his lab and workshop are located. Tony is kept alive by a circular plate in his chest known as the arc reactor. This particular reactor is failing, and Tony is in danger of dying if it loses all of its power. Stark calls Potts downstairs to help him change his arc reactor to the new one he has developed. He is unable to reach the wire inside because his fingers are too big, so he asks Pepper to reach inside and remove the old wire. This makes Pepper very nervous and makes her feel nauseated, as it is quite messy with mucus, plus the creepiness of reaching into Tony's chest cavity, and the fact that the whole procedure may end up killing him. During the entire time Pepper is trying to remove and replace the reactor, tension is quite apparent. Yet Tony ignores the tension by making flippant remarks throughout the whole procedure. Pepper is able to reach the wire, disconnect the reactor, and pull it out, but this causes Tony to go into cardiac arrest. Pepper's stress and nervousness rise greatly. She does not know what she is doing, but she does understand Tony could die. Quickly, they change out the arc reactor for the new one, and Tony is not harmed. This situation is an example of relief theory for the audience because Pepper is able to help Tony and keep him alive even though she is very uncomfortable in this situation. Tony's seamlessly carefree remarks during the procedure demonstrate incongruity theory, as normally he would not be expected to be so calm during a dangerous time. Analyzing Iron Man 2, near the end of the movie, Tony and Pepper are arguing on the rooftop. Pepper is stressed out about the work she has been tasked with and tries to quit. Tony talks her out of it and the conversation ends in a kiss. This represents relief theory for the characters and the audience. Pepper and Tony are arguing, but this one ends with them realizing they are in love. The audience no longer has to wait and wonder if Pepper and Tony will discover it for themselves. The characters find relief because the tension of their budding romance is finally broken. The audience finds relief because they have recognized the romance from the beginning. Guardians of the Galaxy stars character Peter Quill, Star-Lord of the Galaxy. Seemingly a lone wolf bounty hunter, he collects a group of friends to fight alongside him. In an early scene, Quill is attempting to complete a deal for a precious stone he has acquired. Quill finds himself outside of a building after his contact has backed out of the deal. Holding the stone, the Orb of Ronin, Quill meets Gamora, who engages him in a conversation. Continuing the conversation, she walks closer to him. Out of nowhere, Gamora sidekicks Peter and steals the orb. This scene is an example of incongruity theory because it takes the audience by surprise and is not expecting a violent first encounter. Continuing, Peter chases Gamora through the public square and two new characters, Rocket and Groot, join the chase. Everyone is attempting to escape with the orb, but no one can keep a hold of it. The orb bounces between hands as they all continue to fight, but no one is actually getting hurt physically. This continues the incongruity as the audience would expect someone to get hurt during such an interesting fight and chase scene. In Guardian of the Galaxy 2, we meet Mantis. Mantis has the ability to read people's feelings when she touches them. Gamora, Quill, Drax, and Mantis are sitting together in a small room, and Mantis is demonstrating her powers. First on Peter, then on Drax, and she moves across the room to read Gamora next. Gamora catches Mantis's hand out of midair and tells her that if she moves further, she will only be feeling a broken jaw. This is an example of superiority theory. The audience has a better understanding of the relationships between the characters than the characters do at this time, and we can infer that Gamora may be afraid that her feelings for Quill will be exposed. The Marvel Cinematic Universe appears to use women, specifically the superhero girlfriends, in humorous roles throughout their movies. 3 MCU series, Captain America, Iron Man, and Guardian of the Galaxy, were examined for examples of the hero's girlfriends, demonstrating the humor origin theory, superiority, incongruity, and relief. The MCU can be expected to maintain its popularity in the coming years and will most likely continue to use women as purveyors of humor.